The next generation of public transit will use AI software to control a large network of a new kind of urban ropeway. Aerial people movers is the name of this unexplored concept. Aerial people movers, or simply APM, is a network of urban ropeways tied together at car-free hubs. These neighborhood hubs are within a 30-minute walk of every home and business. Every aspect of the APM is controlled by AI. In the APM, the cabins constantly migrate around the network based on historic trends and real-time demands. It's the ultimate for mass transit. Everybody has safe, efficient, inexpensive urban transit, carbon and pollution free, extremely cheap to build and operate and maintain, operates independent of surface conditions and weather, ropeway capacities of over 9,000 passengers per hour, transports containerized freight, and finally, aerial people movers can be built without taxpayer money and actually generate income for cities. Riding the APM is easy. You use your smartphone or vending machine to buy an electronic ticket. You enter the time you want to arrive at a hub within walking distance of your destination. AI matches you to a cabin going to your hub that has an empty seat. Your seat is now reserved. Your ticket gives you the time that you must be at your local hub to board your cabin. The ticket is tied to your RFID chipped transit card that gives you access to the APM at the correct time. In addition, it's a debit card that collects transit fees. On your route, other riders going to the same hub may join you. At your last hub, everybody exits the cabin. Artificial intelligence then gives the cabin a new destination and route based upon historic trends and real-time demands. The process starts all over again with the empty cabin. The APM is always on time because the ropeways travel above surface congestion in all weather conditions and is independent of passenger conduct. And finally, there's no crime on the APM because no one escapes from a cabin and there's always armed security at the next hub to resolve any issues. The urban ropeway is totally different from a ski lift. The cabins are supported on two large stationary track ropes and pulled along by a haul cable. The ride is stable and the cabins can run at higher speeds in almost all weather conditions. In the hubs, AI controls the movement of the cabins through a line of linear synchronous motors, or LSMs, mounted above the path of the cabins. The LSMs interact with a permanent magnetic strip mounted on the top of the rope grip. There's no moving parts in the hub except for the switch rails. If necessary, the APM hub can operate independent of city infrastructures with on-site power. And finally, data is transmitted over a network of fiber optic cables suspended between the towers. The next topic is freight handling. Hubs can be built with a leg designed to handle freight containers. The containers are separated from the hangars and lowered to the ground. Tugs then transfer the containers to businesses, and they're returned empty or with product. Containers move around the network or to freight terminals located on the perimeter of the network. Just like the containers used in shipping, they are standardized and tamper-proof. Best of all, the APM can be built without taxpayer money and actually generate income. A perfect model for building an APM is in Hong Kong. The Hong Kong transit system is considered the best and most profitable in the world. The system moves over 6 million riders every day with near perfection. This amazing transit system is built, owned, and operated by a company called MTR Corp. MTR owns the development rights for the land above and around the transit stations. Because of a huge daily flow of transit riders, the land is extremely valuable. MTR is very profitable because it develops the land or leases the space to vendors or developers. In addition, the transit system is so efficient it actually makes money. The best part of the story is that the city of Hong Kong owns the majority of the MTR shares. MTR is a big source of income for Hong Kong through the MTR dividends. Now consider the APM concept. To be functional, the APM initially needs a lot of hubs before AI can optimize the network. The basic hub is cheap to build and there's only about 10 towers per mile. The primary cost is in the cabins. Within a decade, the hubs will become the center of commerce with vendors, restaurants, shops, offices, hotels, etc. The land around and above the hubs instantly becomes valuable because of development potential. Basically, the APM network creates value. The APM can form a company like MTR to generate the capital needed to build an operational APM network. Once built, the APM will become a major source of revenue for cities while making a lot of money for the investors. One of the many challenges of building an APM is pure size. For AI to work, the initial network has to be large enough for multiple routes between hubs. The octangular-shaped layout may be optimal for coverage, but isn't required for the APM, as long as the design ensures that hub is within walking distance of every home and business. The network layout would be specific to each city, such as Mumbai, Mexico City, Kinshasa. Now consider Cairo. It's a good match for the APM because of its size, dense population, low structures, and limited public transit. Cairo has a population of 22 million with about 50,000 people per square mile. A basic APM network, shown here, would surround the center of Cairo. It would immediately create 26 interconnected economic growth zones covering 100 square miles. Every business or home would be within walking distance of a hub. The value of the APM Corp would skyrocket along with the real estate values around every hub. The APM Corp would have enough capital to build the basic network because of its extremely low cost. With revenue from the new APM Corp, the network could be expanded to cover the entire metropolitan area within 15 years. Cairo would become the first carbon-free megacities. The tree-lined streets leading to the hubs could be converted into pedestrian walkways. The Cairo economy rapidly grows, with new neighborhoods creating jobs and opportunities. It sounds crazy, but it could happen in the near future. Finally, a little background before closing. I'm a retired professional engineer with over 40 years of experience in the roadway industry. I conceived of the APM over 15 years ago because I knew that ski lift wasn't a good match for urban transit. Since then, I've tried promoting the APM concept by writing hundreds of letters to organizations. A decade ago, I even made my own website called Aerial People Movers. For my 15 years of effort, I have yet to receive a single response. It's rather frustrating. Since retirement, I finished building the solid model of the APM hub that's shown in the video. The model resolved technical issues so that the roadway could be controlled by AI. The mechanical design phase of the APM will be complete once the AI components parts are selected. With funding, a prototype of an AI controllable hub could be built in less than 5 years. Meanwhile, the remaining pieces of the puzzle could be assembled, including AI training, networking, and interfacing. It's important to remember the APM is only a concept. There's no research or development being done anywhere in the world on the APM. First of all, thanks for watching my homemade video to the very end. I hope you can share my vision of carbon-free megacities where everybody has a chance for a better life. But the APM concept can't advance until governments, organizations, and companies, even though the APM option exists. Here's where I need your help. If you believe in the APM, please share a link of this video with friends and any organizations that could advance the concept. With enough networking, the concept can be passed around. Most of all, please leave comments and suggestions for a path forward for aerial people movers. The APM offers a glimpse of hope in a world that needs a lot of hope, but it has to happen fast. And naturally, please help by liking and subscribing to this video. It's not the number of hits that matters, it's the quality. Thank you very much.